give this some volume. Let's wake you up, shall we? Wake you up. Wake you up, Tante.
Before you go get there.
Okay, let's dance. In that perfect Pilates dance, everything lined up beautifully. Ankles, the knees, the hips, shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and a long deep out through the deep breath out through the mouth. Inhale into those shoulders up, back and round, and then interlacing your fingers behind your back. And then pushing your arms away. I want to stop in the knees, squeeze your butt, push your hips forward, lift your chest and push your arms away and just lift your eye gaze up slightly. Stretch away those shoulders, reach them away from your back. Extend the elbows, pull your hands towards the floor. And then bend the knees a little bit more, and then slowly come forward, bringing those arms up with you, keeping your knees bent for now, and just pushing those arms out a bit further, turning your shoulders slightly to the left, looking towards the left, until you're slightly rotating. So you're rotating the spine as you look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, center, exhale gently to the right, lifting the right side up a little bit more, turning and looking up. Inhaling back to center, in the middle you go further. And we're going to stay down, releasing the fingers back towards the base of the spine. Let your arms just drop to the floor. And then finding your hamstring stretch. So bend your knees enough to reach your fingers forward. Lean gently into the arms. And then extend one leg and bend and extend the other leg. So you're leaning into your arms and pushing the leg away. So how is hamstrings feeling today? Nice and flexible?
Absolutely.
Just
I think it tightened up a couple of times.
good dear. Do a double knee bend and extensions if we both together. Do a couple of more and just do a little whole stretch. So that lengthen out those knees, push them away behind you, and see if you can reach deeper, head and chest go a little bit deeper towards the thigh. Might get that in the lower back as well. And then bend those knees, look forward, and let's walk out to bring ourselves into 4 little hand paces forward into a plank. Pausing there, squeeze the buttocks, lengthen out, shoulders away from the ears. Push your weight into the heels, extend the knees, and then inhale, lift the hips. 4 paces back to those feet again. Stretch the hamstrings, relaxing the arms and the shoulders as you lower your head and chest to the thighs. Take your breath in, 4 paces forward again, back into that plank.
Big 5.
This time, lower the knees. Keeping your eye gaze forward, a gentle bend in the elbows, dropping your chest to about the elbow height, and then pushing back. Lift your knees into a plank. Take a breath in here, exhale, lift your hips. Walk your hands back to your feet. If you can manage 4, that's great. And then stretch the hamstrings. And breathe as you do so. Inhale, look forward. Walk forward again. Briefly hold that plank. Lower the knees, maybe staying in a half plank position. If you want to stay in full plank, do so. And then lower back to that elbow height. Just a little pause, breathing in, squeeze the belly, exhale, push back up. Hips up, walk back to your feet. 2 to 3 breaths, just stretching those hamstrings back here again. Walk forward again. A little bit of that one again this time. Holding a plank briefly. Knees down or up. Inhale down, elbow high. Exhale, push up. Do that another 3 times. Inhale, squeeze the elbows into the rib cage. Exhale, pressing up. 2 more. Squeeze the tummy muscles so the core is in control. Don't let the hips sink down. And then back into that plank, walking back to your feet. Warming the body up. This time we land at our feet. We're going to lift our eye gaze forward, stick our bottoms back, lower into a squat. Go as low as you possibly can. And then raise your arms up. So if you look at the mirror, you want to try and get your arms up by your ears, squeeze your tummy muscles, and push deep into your squat. Inhale, exhale, put your fingertips back to the floor, stretch the hamstring. The Pilates flow today, walk forward. Plank. Knees up or down. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, push up for 4. Keep it slow and controlled. Squeeze the belly. 3, 2. Use your exhale to power up. Last one. Knees up, plank. Walk back in. We land and then we begin to sink down into that deep knee bend, weight into your heel. Once you're there, raise those arms up to the ears and pause for 10 seconds, sinking nice and deep into the spot. Lift the arms a bit higher, take one more breath. And for the last time, we drop our fingertips to the floor, we stretch. Take a long, deep breath in that stretch, we walk forward. Knees up or down. We do the last 4 tricep dips. Breathing in to drop, breathing out, come up, slide those elbows into the waistline, taking your body weight forward rather than down. On your very last one, you can controllably come to the floor. Drop it down. Bring your fingers underneath your forehead. Relax the arms, squeeze your tummy muscles. Take your legs a little bit wider so you can feel the corners of the mat, and then raise your legs up, lengthening. Imagine you're trying to push your legs away by lifting the kneecaps off the floor. And then all we're going to do is close the legs. And as we close the legs, try and see if you can take your foot across the heel, crossing over, and then opening out wide to a V, and then doing the same on the other side. Inhale to open, exhale, squeeze, crossing over and open. And if you don't like the crossing over, like my lower back doesn't particularly like this very much, you can just bring your feet together instead and open them out wide. We're going to go 4 more. See if you can get those thighs off the ground, squeeze your butt, squeeze your belly, relax those shoulders, they will naturally hunch up. 1 more, squeeze those legs together, hold the squeeze, and then change the position of the leg and start doing a little paddle kick. Controlled but fast. Working from the buttocks. Think about taking your legs further away from your buttocks so you're reaching further. Keep pressing, squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release them down. Take a little wriggle. Loosen out the lower back. Your fingers are going to slide to the outside of your temples. Your forehead is pressed to the floor. Your feet are glued down. We're going to lift the upper body. All we're going to do is side rotate, reach the hand to the thigh, back to center and to the other side. So we're mobilizing the spine in side flexion and back extension. It's already done quite a lot of flexion. So for that waistline, pulling you round to the side, and that reach, as you reach your fingers, pull your shoulders away from your ears to open out the muscle, the neck. And then keep those legs strong and engaged. Keep your buttocks squeezed and your abs pulled in.
Were you doing this on New Year's Day?
Was I?
Yeah. Sit in it.
New Year's Day, no, I was a body combat, body pump done. I'm not doing these. 1 more each side. Get the chest up a little bit higher. Back to center. Lift up in the middle. And give me some little pulses. 10, 9, 8. See if you can just lift those elbows a little bit more, putting the shoulder blades together. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Turn your head one direction, let the body just fall. Carry no tension in any part of the muscles of the body. Feels nice to let your body just go, doesn't it? This way.
I think I went a while ago.
Turn your head the other way. Your unnatural way, potentially. So a little bit of upper body work with the core again. You can do this with your knees off the floor if you wish. You're going to slide your hand and lift yourself up. Take a little cat stretch at the top. Just curve the spine, release that lower back. Now we're going to stay on your knees staying back, same position, quite wide. You're going to bring yourself forward into a half plank. You can lift your knees if you wish. We're going to lead with your left elbow, 5 with the left, 5 with the right. We're going to drop down, we're going to drop down. We're going to come back up, we're going to come back up. The hand goes where the elbow is. And if you feel yourself wobbling side to side through those hips, you need to grip in that core stability a little bit more and drop your knees down. When you've done 5, just simply swap over to the other side. And when you've done that last one, you're going to drop one down to your elbows one more time and stay in a plank. And if you want to then now lift your knees off, you can lift your knees off. Bring your feet close together. Take your left foot on top of your right heel and hold. Unless you're on your knees, stay where you are. Now, whilst you've got that left foot on top of your right heel, really push back into your right heel. So that stretches the calf. Squeeze your buttocks and squeeze your abs. Take one more breath here, swap to the other foot. Same thing, push back into your left heel, straighten the knees, squeeze up, pull those abs in tight, but relax a little bit more through the shoulders. 5 more seconds, that's one more breath. Drop your foot, drop your knee, and then take yourself into child's pose. Reach into your heels, and then walk your fingers forward, lengthen your arms and melt your head and chest down. Then roll yourself up onto your hands and knees. Good. Okay, our left leg is going to go out and back behind us. We're going to squeeze it across the inner thigh, tapping it to the outside. We're going to circle it in a big, big circle all the way around to the outside of our left hip. Lifting up, drop it all the way down. Allow some mobility in your hips and soften your right arm to allow a little bit more movement in the leg. All the way around. Let's remobilize. Lovely circumduction of the hips. They probably haven't done this for a while.
Oh, obviously I do this every day.
Still want to think about squeezing the belly. So we're still working the core, but you're allowing a bit more give in the hip area. Try to bring them up and around a little bit further, a little bit higher, a little bit more of a circle to the front and back. Do 4 more. Right, buttock, should we start to feel this? Okay, that last one comes up, comes all the way around, lands on the ground. Briefly, just give it a rest. Drop down to your right elbow. Slide your left hand a little bit further out. So you're now pushing your body weight into your right side. Then, as you lift the leg up, we're going to do some little circles here. If you're really struggling with this, bend your leg and you've got half the weight of that leg. Makes it easier. But only if you're really struggling. Other direction. Come on, bigger circles. Lift it up, bring it further forward towards your left hand. Big circles. 4 more. Squeeze your abs. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Take it all the way back and drop it into the floor. Tuck your toes under and just sit back into your heels if you can, or just sit back into your feet. Sorry, we haven't begun to stretch yet, so we're only here briefly.
Mark's not rigid, it was like that.
No,
You know, like
You
that.
can't sit in your heels.
shouldn't know too much.
I often say my knees now, I can never get down.
That's fine.
It's your deal.
Come
I can do it this. Yes.
back down to your elbows.
I'm not, on one side.
Tuck your toes, come up into a dolphin position. Use this opportunity just to get stretching those calves again. So I'm going to give you two options. If you want a little bit of an easier version, you can keep your legs where they are, just lower your knees to a hover, which is lift your eye gaze at the same time, and then lift your bottom back up and straighten out your legs. Or slide your toes back a few inches and roll forward into plank, and lift it all the way back up. If you want to make it a little bit harder, hover one leg, return it as you lift your hips, and then hover the other leg. Do alternating. Totally your choice. I'm gonna go 6 more of these. Keep it going. Remember that lovely lift into that triangle to really stretch and ease off. I've got one more. Hold your plank. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Relax those shoulders. Squeeze your tummy muscle. Come on. Put them in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going back down to the floor. Good. Take a little release here. So you should slightly raise your heart rate.
Well, I think calm class on my shoulders. It's so hard today.
Yeah, that doesn't help doing stabilization work on shoulders in these classes. Shall I tell him to stop destroying yours?
Well, I think it's just because it was the first one back, so everything's fit.
Yeah, so it's true. You're going to feel this in a couple of days. We're going to work the 2 exercises that we did earlier. We're going to combine and slightly adjust them. So you're going to bring your fingertips back to your temples. Your legs are going to start in a hover, and that's your starting point, and you're slightly hovered off the upper body. You're going to lift up. You're going to rotate and reach to the foot, back to center. If you can stay here, just swap over to the other side, reach the other foot and center. If you want to drop in the middle, you can. All right, I'm not going to be nasty and make you do something you really don't want to do today. Now, when you're reaching, still side bend, move and rotate slightly towards it. Keep the knees off the floor.
My knees are touching the floor.
Try. We're going to go 8. So you've got a bit of a hamstring curl, 7. Lovely back extension, a lovely side bend, a shoulder reach. What's going on? Can you really not get those knees off the floor?
I can run the straight. But then I'm after there,
That's it. Game over.
it's a spot.
Come back to the middle. Close those legs and squeeze them off the ground. Reach your upper body, back to swim kick with the legs. If you want more, reach the arms and swim the arms and legs together. 10 seconds. You don't have to do the arms. You can drop the arms to the floor if you want to do the legs. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it all. A little wriggle the hips again. Let your lower back breathe. If you're got your head relaxed in one direction, turn it again. A few seconds the other way. Don't get too comfortable. As soon as you stop moving your body, that's game over. Okay, bring those hands underneath the shoulders. Cat stretch. When you cat stretch, open the shoulder blade, push the floor away. And then set yourself back with your knees under your hips and hands under your shoulders. Right leg, take it back. Squeeze it across the opposite thigh, tap it to the floor. Lift it up into a massive circle and tap it around to the right. Up and down. Soften the left elbow. We've got 5 more big circles to do. Try to just literally tap, don't rest the leg. Keep it under tension the whole time. Let that left buttock feel tension. Get the circle bigger. Bring it to the foot further up towards your right wrist. So I've got my last one. So I'm going to lift it up, bring it all the way over, drop it to the ground briefly, reset. Lower down to your left elbow, slide your right hand out a bit wider. Lean into your left thigh to let the leg lift into a hover, and we take it into a circle, big circle, stay out the side. 2, we're doing 80 direction. 3, 4, 5, get them bigger if you need to, reduce the range, do it with bent knee. Okay, take it the other way. 8, 7, make them bigger, bring them further up towards that right hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, come on, big, big, big circle all the way around, 3, all the way back. And lower it down, drop down to your elbows. Tuck your toes, lift up. Stretch back into your heels. We're going to slide the toes a little bit further back. And this time, if you can, I keep both feet at the ground and just roll forward into plank and back. Otherwise, take the left leg off into a hover or a little bit higher. And we're going to stay on one side. We drop forward and lift up. 5 with one leg and then swap 5 with the other. Or just keep both toes on the ground. Or if you need to, drop your knees as you come down. Lift your knees back up. And don't push it. Flip it over. You should have gone to the 5th one. Jesus, you're right with that. And when you've done your 5, we hold the plank. Hold it, lengthen out the body. 8, 7, 6, come on, squeeze. Last 3, 2, and release the floor. Bring your hands around, pull the elbows in, push yourself up, round the cat stretch. Okay, so we're going back into the legs again, right? We're going to take our left leg out and our right arm forward. So we're still going to keep those hips working. We're going to work elbow and knee, squeeze to the waist, and we lengthen everything away, balancing the body. So it's a combination of core stability and working those hips again, working the side obliques, working stabilizing the legs and that buttock. Inhale, squeeze it out. Exhale, lengthen away. So try and pull that knee up towards your waistline as you pull your elbow in towards your rib cage. You can tuck your toes on that right foot if you feel out of balance. Do 5 more.
There were no newbies this year.
Pardon?
No newbies this year.
Not yet. Usually takes till February, isn't it? Okay, hold out your last one. Lower your hand to the floor. Bend that knee out towards your left elbow and pulse it. High as you can get it. Squeeze your right butt cheek to make that work a little bit harder. Come on, press. Squeeze, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop it. Release off. Tuck your toes if you can, sit back again. So it takes the first 2 weeks or so for people to start thinking about it. And then they start to get the kind of nerve to, what's the nerve? The guts to then book something. They get to into January and think, oh, let's just do it in February. Same for the last 20 years.
Right,
February, we'll get some newbies.
might get Tom back.
Might get Tom back. You get a lot of oldie newbies, as in people new to come. Right, other side. And the knees.
And then by.
But not for.
They've all gone.
Yeah.
Except for you loyal lots.
We're beach body ready on.
That's right. Right leg, left arm. Find your balance. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let's squeeze it in. Right knee into the waistline. Left elbow into the rib cage. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing, pulling that knee up as high as it will go. You'll know how far it will go because you'll feel that extra squeeze. You do it. I'm very wonky again. I need to be aligned. Come on, open the knee a bit more. Lovely. Make sure you're putting that elbow in, putting everything in tight, and then lifting away. 3 more of these. Come on, lift it higher. 1 more. Lengthen away, we hold. The hand drops. Take a breath in, exhale, pull that knee up and as high as it will go. That's your starting point. Then we lift it even higher. We press. Lean into that left buttock to let the right leg go higher. Come on, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. Squeeze it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and carefully. Lovely. We have not finished on those plans yet. We're going back to our 10 up and down. Okay, a bit of repeated work today. So wherever you decided to, with your knees or your toes, I was on my knees last time, I'm going to try on my toes this time. But my shoulder will, but I suggest you take quite a wide stance for your stability. Find your plank, nice and strong, don't let those hips from side to side. Start with your right elbow going down. So we go down, down, right hand up, left hand up. Repeat that same side. And then we go straight to the other side. And then when you've done your 5 each side, and hold a plank. Done loads of planks today. On your elbow. So options to stay here. If you want a little bit more, take your right hand out to the side. Little fingertips on the floor. And lift your left leg. 10 seconds. Let's swap to the other side. Last 10 seconds when you're just holding your plank. Come on. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to the floor. Totally rest this time. Forehead onto your hands, shoulders go, rib cage drop, legs just floppy. Get 3 deep breaths, bring your heart rate right back to its resting point. And then bring those hands out, so we're to interlace them behind the base of your spine. Keep the legs on the floor, and we just lift the chest. We slide our hands down our buttocks as far as they will lengthen, and then we lift them up to the sky. So like we did earlier on, when we're in a forward fold, I want you to turn your chest to the left and lift your left arm a little bit higher. And look up towards the sky if you can. Keep your hip bones pinned to the ground. And then inhale, rotate to the other side, and do exactly the same. Right, left, right arm lifts higher. See if you can turn the cup, but keep the hips down, so don't let your legs move. Turning from your chest, back to the middle, and in the middle, lift, go higher. Get those hands up, and lengthened away. Get your right one up a little bit more, Anthony. 4, 3, 2, release, let your arm drop to the floor, turn your head to one direction. So whilst your hands are where they are, leave them there. Bend both your legs, feet towards the bottom. And if you can now reach to the front of your ankles by holding on to them. Flex your feet, bring your knees together, bring your forehead back to the floor. Drive your heels down towards your bottom. If that's enough of a stretch for you, just work on maybe holding your feet instead and just working on the thigh stretch. Now, if you're staying here, I just want you to push your hips into the floor, tops of your thighs into the floor as if you're lifting your knees. That will enhance your stretch. If you feel comfortable enough to come up, lift the knees, lift your head, lift your chest. Come up. Push your knees together, Anthony.
Yeah, I would do.
Now push your hips down to the ground.
Do the first one.
10 more seconds. Come on, lift, lift, lift. Reach, reach, reach. If you're doing what I'm doing, get those knees higher and squeeze them together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and just release them. Turn your head the other way, let your arms drop down. Stretch you find harder than anything else, isn't it?
It is. Pilates is fine.
Bring your hands to the shoulders. Let's lift up. Come into a child's pose with your knees quite wide. Big toes touching. And then just slide your bottom with your heels and lengthen out. I want you to reach the fingers forward. Quite a wide position. So you're kind of getting your fingertips to the edge of the mat. I feel that wonderful stretch in your lower back. Maybe your hip flexion. Maybe your lats. Maybe your shoulders. Who knows? Wherever's tight. All of it. Take your right hand and slide it underneath your left hand. Grip it and then take a little side bend. So you try and pull to the right a little bit more. You might want to C curve a little bit more, move the arms towards the left further until you find that stretch down the side of your back. And then just do the absolute opposite. Take your hand to the other side, slide it underneath your right hand, move further over if you wish, and then reach, putting into the left hip. Join that lovely opening through the rib cage. Come back into center, lift up, tuck your toes, come up into downward facing dog. Whilst you're here, remember the pointers of downward facing dog. Bend your knees, lift your hips, and melt your head and chest down. Then push your heels into the floor. You may want to walk it by bending and extending. Bit of a yoga move. See if you can plant your heels into the floor. Lift your left leg high to the sky, pointing the toe. Look forward and swing it through to pigeon. Right, you know your options with pigeon by now. This is for you. You sink in seated hurdle. Both legs 90-90. Lift up tall. Stretch your right arm. Come up into a reach. Push your abs forward as you lift your eye guys to the fingers. If you want to take it into that quad stretch again, bend your back heel. Swing that arm around so you take hold of the inside of your foot. Thumb on the big toe. Drive your heel in towards your bottom. You may want to go lower onto your elbow. You may not. So if you're doing it in seated hurdle, sometimes it helps to pull that knee back a little bit. And then almost kind of rotate your left foot over to the left of it with your upper body. So you lift your arm up. Yes. Now release the back leg and let's go to full pigeon. Relax down.
Not getting into peak, now worry about it's getting back out.
Slide your right knee a couple of inches further back to think a bit more of it. So just find the glute stretch in that left side. You don't have to be static, you can move through it. It's what I like to do. Finding that kind of deep stretch and then easing it off and going back into it again. Stay here for another 10 seconds or so. And then we bring ourselves up into our hands, tucking our toes under at the back. We're going to lift up into downward facing dog. And then we're going to drop our knees to the floor, roll it up, and we're going to do a bit of a hip flexor stretch. We take our left leg forward and sink down. Bring your left arm on the thigh, and we're going to reach up again. So sink down. This time you're going to fit it more down that right thigh. Then you take a side bend over to the left. Some people can reach their fingers to the floor. Reach. Oh. And then hands inside that foot. Go as deep as you like. Mine's about as far as I'm going today. So hands on the floor. Or in your fingertips if you need to. Right knee as far back behind you as you can go. That's going to get you a real stretch. You can drop your elbows. You can give that leg a little bit of a push out. If you want more, rolling onto the outer edge of your foot. Find what works. My hip flexors are very tight, so I'm just going to stay here.
Where should this one hurt?
It's deep in there. And down the right thigh.
The inside of the left knee.
Or your left knee if you're Anthony.
I was gonna say, are your muscles, organs all in the right
No,
place?
they're not. They're not joined in the right place.
Hurting there.
It'd be great to do a muscle scan on you. Now, from here, ease it off, bring your hand back around, equal out, tuck your toes onto the back. And what I want you to do is lift up, bring it in, so both feet run flat to the ground. So you might be up here. That's fine. A little bit of a balance. You can bend your front knee if you need a little bit of a balance, and then just work on extending that leg. Ideally, we want to lengthen out the spine here. Dead straight legs, back heel on the floor. Stay here and breathe. At least use one of these just to like get down one side. For your balance. Or just pull yourself down. That's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
So if you can pull your left hip back very slightly, driving your right hip forward. Take one more breath. Stop on the front knee. And then bring your left foot toward your right. Walk your hands forward and let's go back and step down for each dog. Adjust yourself into it. So you might want to bend those knees quite deeply first of all. You're going to melt the heart towards the thighs, stick arms to it, then your fingers are wide, and then press your heels to the floor. Bend the knees. Right leg up to the sky, point your toe, lift it up as high as it will go, straighten it out. And then we ease it into pigeon on the other side. Hopefully okay. So find your place of comfort. I don't think comfort's the right word today. Right hand to the floor, raise your left arm up, reach. Something's not right on this side. Yeah. I feel like someone's about to snap me in half.
No, I feel lost.
We're going to bend that back leg and we're going to reach the arm around, catch the inside of the foot, thumb on the big toe. Drive the heel towards the bottom, swinging your upper body round to the front. You can drop down to your elbow if you wish. That's how it is today. See if you can raise that right arm. Woo! I think I can do it this side. Not today. Ah, I'm too wonky today. Just a couple more breaths, pull the heel into the bottom, come on, hips forward, pull that left hip forward. Release the left. Then find your lovely buttock stretch. So drop down into it. Perhaps that left knee can go a little bit further back, so you're a little bit lower, the stretch is deeper. Don't carry any tension in the shoulders. I'm going to move through it, side to side. Take about 10 more seconds in this stretch. We come up onto our hands. We tuck our toes, lift our body weight up. Drop down to your knees. Roll it up. Okay, let's go into the hips on the right side. Right leg comes forward. We sink down. Right arm on side. Raise the left arm up again. You go to side bend. Can you reach the floor? Extend the elbow, reach up, come and get those arms beautifully straight and curved over. And then bring it back up to center, drop the hands down inside that foot. So elbows is the option. You can slightly use your right hand to push the leg away. I rotate slightly to the outer edge of your foot. It doesn't have to happen. It's there if you want it. You might be able to get your left knee and reach back away from you. Is that also on your right hamstring?
No.
Where's that? Okay.
I've got the ropes up a bit tight. But I haven't got a spare hand to adjust them if I'm mistaken.
10 more seconds with this position, just for Anthony. Yeah. Okay, bring the foot back to flat, bring your hand inside, tuck your toes under, and then Keep this knee soft, you pull your back leg in, lengthen the heel to the floor and come into a hamstring train. See if you can lengthen the spine before you go into it. And then you can slow down. You can hold on to one leg if it's not for you. It's a bit of a balancing act, this one. Raising those knees, come on, fantastic, straighten it, yes. Do you feel that?
Yep.
Good.
I'm at the biting point.
And relax through the shoulders, breathe. Then do 2 more breaths. See if you can pull your right hip back, you let it forward. And then we bend the knees. We drop both knees back down to the floor. You all right?
I will be.
Bit of a shock to the system. Start those toes again, just like we were doing in our Pilates. Sit back into them. Now, if you're not doing it, just let your feet go to the floor. Stay here. Now I want you to reach your arms forward. So if you're sitting on your heels, if you're not sitting on your heels, I want you to just lean back as far as you can towards the heels. Flat back, abs engaged. And then lift up and push up to here. So you can stay off your heels, push back, core on, and lift back again. You need to squeeze your butt. You will feel this in your hamstrings, quads, and abs if you do this correctly. And toes.
Move around to me and his ears as well.
Actually, I'm doing all right. Nordic curls. Got Nordic curls?
Is that what they're called? Do you know? I don't know. Should know.
Carl.
Is that what Carl calls them?
Carl goes back home.
Of course he does.
Look at.
Curls are from machine.
So
Last
cool.
2. He's also about 20 years old.
Yeah, he is. Well, about 5.
Squeeze his butt cheeks. And then come up, reach the arms up, everybody. So we are going to, this is your option. You can take, oh, massive head rush. You can take your right arm back and raise the left arm up. If that's not for you, bring your hand to the small of your back and just come into back extension. You might be comfortable enough to put both hands back. And then lift the chest, push your hips forward, squeeze your butt and get your body forward. If you're doing one arm, lift the other arm, lift it back up. And then swap to your side. Are you doing any arms? Why are your toes? Toes should be like mine.
Well,
You might just be here. So when I first started doing Pilates, I couldn't even do a back bend. Like that was pure pain. So it does happen. It only takes about 15 years. Now release your arms back up. Drop them carefully to the floor because that was quite a strong back extension. Cat stretch. Slide your toes back to the ground if they're not already there. Take your knees back to wide position, big toes together, back into child pose. This time, narrow position in the arms, reaching your fingers forward. So we're going to transition to a deeper back bend from this. So just enjoy this part. Then lift your eye gaze forward, pull out from the shoulders, so you're lifting up through extension of spine, and this is what you're aiming for. Chest to the floor, chin to the ground. Forward, drop your forehead, and that is a strong spine stretch. So what you want to have your bum in the air, and then you create a curve in the spine. Just reach as far as you can go. Let your spine just do its thing. And then bend the elbows, walk them back in. Now we're going to turn lengthways on our mat, all right? So we're going to turn our bodies, that position. We're going to take our knees out wide again, but this time we're going really wide. And we're turning our toes out. Have a look, see what's going on. Ankles and knees align. If your ankle really struggle with this, you can slide them a little bit closer in. But ideally, or your knees struggle with it, also just be aware of what they're doing. So my knees are as wide as my hips allow me to. Look up and lengthen that spine. And then push your bottom back and sink your bottoms down. Don't expect loads of movement. Oh my goodness, that is awful today.
Mark and I have a human centipede, if that helps. Should have gone.
You got a few Richard comments today, Anthony. Maybe get your knees tiny bit wider and then get your bottoms a little bit further back and then sink a little bit lower. To come out of it, we come onto our hands. You slide the feet together and then you push the feet, bring the knees in. Tuck the toes. Down facing door. Now with this one, what I want you to do is hook your feet in a little bit closer. Take your left hand and wrap it around your right leg, preferably the lower part. Once you've got a hold of it, push the heels into the floor and rotate underneath that right arm, look up towards the sky. Use your left arm to help you do so you'll feel stretch going through your left shoulder blade. So the more you extend your right leg, push your right leg straighter, the more you'll feel that pull through the shoulder blade. You right?
Shoulders are right today.
Did you do calf bath too?
No,
Oh. And the other side.
just the wind.
So okay, full on shoulder you're gonna do, Mark. Get hold of the left leg, push the left heel to the floor, rotate underneath that arm. Keep the hips in the air. Lengthen those knees, turn. And then with your hands to the floor, walk all the way into your feet. Get hold of your elbows and just let your whole upper body drop. Feel free to use your weight again, Anthony. All right, you are just hanging there. You can feel too much of the hamstrings, bend the knees. Find a comfortable place here. You might want to just do a little sway side to side. Keep everything moving. Wear yourself gently back into the middle, pause in the middle. Now I want you to keep your hold your weight, or you just let your arms down. I want you to hold your hands onto your elbows, making a square position in the arms. And then we're going to roll up, keeping your arms just where they are. Just roll up. Lift your chin up last. Oh, head rush. So bring those arms up and rest them on your head. Without your weight, Anthony. Slow. And then come over to little side bend. So to the right, look up to the left elbow. Try not to let your hips rotate. See how much more I've eaten over Christmas. It's not a good look.
Bear in mind.
I was gonna say, when you kind of point it out, let us know, because if it's as flat as you were when before Christmas.
No, I was a pound lighter.
Ooh, a pound.
I put on 3 pounds over.
Wow.
But a lot of people said they put on half a stone, so I'll take that.
I've got stones.
Back to the middle. Reach your fingertips up to the sky. We're going to bring them together. We're going to have them palms up. We're going to lift them, lengthen. And what I want you to do here is bend the knees and just dive down to the floor again, letting the whole body just drop. Come with me.
Come on, dive.
Are you all on stiff after stretching? And I want you to really soften the legs, so you're not feeling much in the hamstrings, and you're almost kind of resting your chest to your thighs. Enjoy the spine stretch more than anything. And then we roll it up, stacking the spine one by one. Really just let everything just be kind of relaxed. And then we just do 1, and again 2, A third shoulder roll all the way back. Stand to open your arms, sink shoulders down, inhale your arms up, bring your hands together, bow, clap. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all. Nice to be back.
You like the jelly?
Like a jelly.